Welcome to my channel. Our topic today is finding the mass number of atoms. Remember in our last class, we learned how to find the atomic number, which is the proton number of atoms, in a very fun way. Today, I want to use a trick to teach you how to find the mass number of atoms of the first 20 elements. Now, this trick I'm about to teach you has 5 elements that do not obey the trick. And these are hydrogen, beryllium, nitrogen, chlorine, and argon. So, going over there, I have asterisk these atoms that do not obey my trick. We'll treat them separately. But as for the rest of the 15 atoms of the first 20 elements, the trick works well. Now the trick is, if the atomic number of the element is an even number, that is, ends with 2, 4, 6, 8, or 0. If the atomic number ends with any of these, if it is an even number, then just multiply by 2 to get the mass number. In another way, I can say, if the atomic number is an even number, double it. The second trick is, if the atomic number is an odd number, multiply by 2 plus 1. That is, you times by 2 and add 1, which in other way round, you would double it and add 1. So follow me and let's go. The first one here is hydrogen that has been asterisk, so we're not going into that. And the second atom is helium. Helium is number 2, atomic number 2. It is an even number, so we just times by 2 to get the mass number. 2 times 2 is equal to 4, so the mass number of helium is 4. The next one is lithium, atomic number 3. It is an odd number, so we apply the trick. Times 2 plus 1. 3 times 2 is 6, plus 1, 7. The mass number of lithium is 7. The next one is beryllium, but as you can see, it is asterisk, so we don't touch that. We move over to the 5th atom, which is boron. Boron has proton number 5. That is an odd number, so we do times 2 plus 1. 5 times 2 is 10, plus 1, 11. 11 is the mass number of boron. Next is carbon. The atomic number is 6, even number, so we just double it. Double of 6 is 12. On the other way, we can say 6 times 2, which is 12. 12 becomes the mass number of carbon. The next one you can see is asterisk, so we move to the next, which is oxygen. Oxygen has atomic number 8, which is an even number. We're going to double it. Double of 8 is what? 16. On the other hand, we can say times 2, being an even number. 8 times 2 is equal to 16. The next one is fluorine, atomic number 9. 9 is an odd number, so we have times 2 plus 1. 9 times 2 is 18, plus 1, 19. The next one is neon, atomic number 10. 10 times 2 is equal to 20. Next is sodium, atomic number 11, an odd number, so times 2 plus 1. 11 times 2 is 22, plus 1, 23. Magnesium, the atomic number of magnesium is 12. 12 times 2 is equal to 24. Atomic number of aluminium is 13. That is an odd number, so times 2 plus 1. 13 times 2 is 26, plus 1, 27. Next is silicon. The atomic number is 14, even number, so we just double it. Double of 14 is what? 28. I'm sure you know that. Times 2. 14 times 2 equal to 28. Next is phosphorus, proton number 15. That is an odd number, so times 2 plus 1. 15 times 2 is 30 plus 1, 31. Next is sulfur, atomic number 16. We just multiply by 2. 16 times 2 is 32. Next is chlorine, and you can see it's asterisk. So we move to the very next, which is argon, still having an asterisk. Then we're on the 19th atom, that is potassium. 19 is an odd number, so times 2 plus 1. 19 times 2 is 38 plus 1, 39. The last but not the least is our calcium, atomic number 20, times 2. Since it's an even number, we just multiply by 2. 20 times 2 is equal to 40. So, this is the trick with which we can conveniently find the the mass numbers of the atoms of the first 20 elements. Now let's move over to the exception. Hydrogen, beryllium, nitrogen, chlorine, and argon. I can actually coin it with the symbol to be H. Benkler. H. Benkler. H for hydrogen, Be for beryllium, N for nitrogen, Cl for chlorine, and Ar for argon. Now these ones, you know their mass numbers by internalizing them. Just the 5. The mass number of hydrogen is 1. The mass number of beryllium is equal to 9. The mass number of nitrogen is equal to 14. The mass number of chlorine is equal to 35.5. Because of isotopy, which applies to chlorine, the calculated mass number is 35.5, having a decimal. And lastly, the mass number of argon is equal to 40. So, H. Benkler is an abbreviation you can use to remember the 5 elements which have mass numbers that do not obey Mrs. Blessing Osame's trick. In our next class, we shall do some other thing. Thank you and have a great time. Having watched this video, please leave a comment, like, share, and subscribe.